AIM is a project that works with social enterprises who want to get involved in criminal justice work. And what we do, we work with a consultant to make us more fit for purpose and look at the feasibility of us doing more extensive work within the criminal justice system. As an organisation, we have been working within the criminal justice system for a number of years, but we want to do it more extensively. So we became part of a project that started as a result of a NOMS event that we went to. And at that NOMS event, we put in an expression of interest, and we were selected from about 30, 40 organisations. That was whittled down to 12 to have an interview with some senior managers and commissioners from NOMS. And then from that 12, it was whittled down to 3 or 4 where a consultant would work directly with you to help with your feasibility around working in the criminal justice system. From a delivery perspective, as a provider, AIM was very inclusive, very relevant, allowed us to kind of have a two-way dialogue with the consultant, so the consultant understood more about what we wanted to get out of the project, and he understood more about how we actually deliver, which was good. And any project that's inclusive is always important. From a service user perspective, it was important for us to have our work endorsed so that they would benefit more. When we had our discussions with the consultant made us realise that we was going in the right direction. We fully understood the market that we was working within. We understood the issues of the service user, and in turn, they benefited because with that endorsement, it just made us go down that road even further. So I think we benefited as providers from the work that was done in AIM, and also the service users also benefited because of our work being endorsed by AIM. In terms of AIM, and the future plans, I think it's going to have to develop a understanding within the criminal justice sector that social enterprises are professional, skilled, well-resourced, not typically small organisations. I think one of the most misunderstood facts about social enterprises is that we're not skilled, we're not professional, we're not well-resourced. From a employer perspective, in terms of workforce, I think the workforce is there, the professionalism is there, and the skills there, and the AIM project has got all that information now around the feasibility of organisations. We'd like to see them take that forward so that social enterprises can be more able to win contracts and bid for tenders. In terms of confidence, as well as winning them, I think it's important that the AIM project looks at doing that in the future. If it hadn't been for ESF funding, it wouldn't have been able to have achieved what it needed to. I think it's about allowing organisations to be innovative, discuss their ideas and move those forward and become fit for purpose. I think without that influx of funding from ESF, the programme would have been more on a smaller scale. They wouldn't have been able to look at the areas that they needed to look at, and they wouldn't have been able to fit things into the time scales that they needed, because obviously it would have been a shorter project rather than a longer one. And it's, you know, because the issue is such a pertinent, important issue, it needed the time to be able to do that, and without ESF funding, the time wouldn't have been made available.